When it comes to trucks, no matter if we are talking about pre-running, overlanding, or even general ride quality, the factory suspension tends to leave a lot to be desired. And luckily in 2026, that's where companies like King, Fox Shocks, and even Icon Vehicle Dynamics really come into play. And those are just kind of the top three that come to mind. There's a ton of other ones out there. Definitely do your research on what is gonna fit best for your build and what you wanna do with your truck. So today I'm out to fix just that exact situation on my Tundra, which is looking for better overall suspension, ride quality, off-road ability, and all of that good stuff. So let's head back to the shop and I'm going to show you how I fixed just that. So what we're looking at here is a set of 2.5 King with adjusters, coilovers, so they are going to be adjustable to the exact height that we want to use. I was actually able to score these used on the secondhand market, so I was able to get them for significantly cheaper than buying them brand new. If you do that, if you are able to score shocks for your Toyota, your Ford, your Chevy, whatever you're building, I do recommend getting them rebuilt. I had these rebuilt and serviced by DC Shock Service in San Dimas, California. They actually did replace one of the shock shafts. I don't remember which one it was, but there was a nick on one of them. So they replaced that for me, so shout out to them. Thank you guys. So that is going to be our coilover setup. I personally really like to pair my stuff with Dirtking. If you guys remember, or if you're new here, I had a 2015 Chevy Silverado that I also had Dirtking upper control arms on. And I really like their quality, I really like their builds. So this time around though, we were able to get the boxed upper control arm with the uniball, which is really awesome. It's really going to help keep my Tundra being bulletproof, really aggressively strong, and realistically overkill for the way that I drive, but that's okay. So in your box of Dirtking goodies will come your upper control arms for your vehicle, and of course bag with all of the hardware, grease fittings, and the instructions. We're about to bust those out right now. And as you can see, we already got the Tundra up on our jack stands and we got our front tires off. So let's go ahead and start the build. We're going to first take out the upper control arm and get the factory Bilstein TRD shock out of there. So after talking to my good buddy Zach, who was a technician at Toyota for over 12 years, he let me know the right way to do this is to actually remove the lower ball joint bolts. And you're gonna wanna mark the alignment cams with a paint pen just to get it in the general vicinity of where it's at right now. And you're gonna loosen those. Once you take that out, the lower control arm will swing, provided you have the truck lifted and the on jack stand safe enough at a high enough height. The lower control arms will swing out of your way, and you can then take your desired coilover in and out with ease. I didn't know that. So what you've just been watching is me fighting with the coilover to get it in. It was doable, but it was a nightmare. So don't be like me. Definitely do it the right way. Take that lower control arm, drop it out of your way. This is less dumb me telling you to not be like me. So back to when we were installing these, and you'll watch me and Dad struggle for the next couple minutes of this video. No more you know. Thanks. So sometime later, Dad showed up to save me, which is great, so appreciate that. This is not a one-man job, be aware of that. But we got the other side back together. We're gonna get this one, and then I'll show you guys something weird about the sway bar, because instructions say that it's fine, so it must be fine, but let's get the coilover in here and get this done. Kings on your truck, they said. It would be really fun, they said. So real quick guys, before I throw this passenger side tire on, I wanted to show you what I was talking about just a minute ago with the sway bar. I haven't seen any videos that told us about this yet, so something good to know. When we install this, the instructions from King just say to take out the sway bar bolt. However, I had to loosen the actual sway bar quite a bit and actually swing this link out of the way in order to clear it. And if you could see, there's not a lot of room back there. And again, these shocks being secondhand, clearly the guy before me also struggled with this, so something to keep in mind guys. But this is still a one-ish day build. I'm wrapping it up right now. It's been several hours. Shout out to my dad who came to save me, so thank you so much, Dad. I know you watch these videos and I appreciate it, so love you and appreciate you on that. But definitely doable. Just keep in mind that this is something I recommend 2 people doing, not just 1. So let's get the passenger side tire on. I think we're gonna be a little too high, but we're gonna see after the test drive how much it settles. I feel like we're a little too high, but we'll tell, and most likely we will adjust that ride height in the next couple days. So we'll check back in once that's done. So this is future me from, sheesh, I think a month or 2 later after installing the Kings. Normally I'd film the outro to the videos outside the truck, but it's of course raining today when I wanted to wrap up this video. So I wanted to take time after installing the Kings just to make sure that they were the right choice for us, and they were. Right now, after getting the truck aligned and setting the ride height, which ended up being quite a feat, Might have just been that these are a set of used Kings and maybe just was a little bit too much pressure set on them, but it did almost break all of my adjusting tools to get us set at the right ride height, which, fun fact is, for what I want to do with this truck is actually just the, I think I'm right around the TRD Pro ride height, which, if I recall correctly, I think is, I'm not even gonna pretend to remember what it is, but I know that I'm set up pretty much right at the TRD Pro ride height. We got it aligned, and right now I have the front coilover set on the softest adjustment. And keep in mind, this truck has 700-pound springs on it. From my understanding from King, if you guys order it for your trucks without changing anything, it usually comes with 600 pounds. So keep that in mind from my opinion. But personally, I think the truck rides phenomenally better. So the Kings are the right setup for me. Again, I always recommend everyone do their research, including watching my video, to let you know what I think about the Kings. But if you guys prefer Fox or ADS, Icon Vehicle Dynamics, whoever it is, definitely, I think it's a huge improvement over not only the looks, but the ride quality and performance of your Tundra. So that's it, guys. That is the story of what turned into quite the debacle of me wanting to install Kings on the front of my Tundra. As always, as you guys know, I like to do all of my own work. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was informative, and if not, at least entertaining. You can go make fun of me in the comments below. But again, hey, even if you want to talk a little smack, I'm still out here doing it myself and saving a ton of money over having someone else do it. So with that, guys, I'm going to go back home and enjoy this nice cold rainy evening that we have here. I say cold, but it's SoCal cold, so it's not that cold. But thanks for watching. Please give this video a like, aka thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Something I've been forgetting is, if you want to see more pictures or get better in touch with me with questions, you can follow me on Instagram at @TheBeardedTortilla. So with that, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great day.